The Vogue CU625 engine has been disassembled. Now, it's time to take apart this DS625X engine as well. Let's take a look together. The bolts on this machine, and those on the Vogue 660, are all the same as those used by BMW. I heard that BMW provided a massive stack of documents regarding manufacturing specifications and standards for bolts to Loncin. I wonder when they'll let me have a look at those. As for this DS625X engine, the exterior looks very similar to the 525. Loncin claims it features technology passed down from BMW. Is that true or false? The only way to find out is to tear it down. The clutch is a slipper clutch from Chongqing. In that case, the clutch plates are predictable. They must be Japanese FCC clutch plates. Chongqing's large displacement clutch plates always are. The crankshaft drive gear still retains a scissor gear, staggered tooth structure. The clutch basket is also from Chongqing. The outer cover has a ring of reinforcement ribs. The oil pump drive mechanism is the same as the 525, meaning the inside of the clutch cover compared to the 525 is basically identical. Let's remove the bearing retainer to check. The balance shaft bearings and main bearings, they use Japanese NTN bearings. But the place of origin? It's right here in China. Let me take off the primary drive gear to show everyone. It is indeed a scissor gear structure. Loncin's 525 engine is indeed very stable. On this point, you can ask CU525 and DS525X owners. Basically, none of them break. To this day, I've only repaired two 525 engines. And even then, they were damaged in crashes. I've asked around other shops in the industry, and they haven't repaired a Vogue 525 engine either. To all 525 owners, is your engine stable? Let's discuss in the comments. Now, let's look at the camshaft. The camshaft is made of forged alloy steel. And looking at this camshaft, the style is very much like BMW. Compared to the 525, this camshaft is an upgrade. If I recall correctly, the 525 uses chilled cast iron cams. This one is straight up molybdenum alloy steel. You might notice, the BMW 900 camshaft I disassembled before has a very similar style to this. Let's look at the cylinder head structure. It uses finger followers, rocker arms. This cylinder head design is indeed the same as the BMW 850 or 900. Exactly the same. Furthermore, if you put its rocker arms next to those from a BMW 850 or 900, you could hardly tell them apart. Which one is Vogue 625? And which one is BMW 900? Look at these two rocker arms, everyone. Try to distinguish them yourselves. They are interchangeable. In the future, if BMW runs out of rocker arms, you can just use these Loncin 625 ones. As for which is the original or the alternative, I'll leave that to you in the comments. If there's a debate, it proves that when taken out of context, no one can tell the difference. Finger followers are difficult to manufacture. They have a DLC, diamond-like carbon, coating. The rocker arm shaft locking method is also identical to BMW's. So, this cylinder head structure can definitely be called BMW technology transfer. After all, that's the big brother. For instance, the finger follower suppliers are all provided by BMW. Look at the timing chain. It's a Japanese D.I.D timing chain. Now I'm removing something that the Vogue 525 series doesn't have. We call this an oil cooler. Coolant and oil meet here. The coolant provides a cooling effect for the engine oil. They are not in the same chamber. Many people have asked if the 625 engine can be swapped directly onto the 525. In terms of mounting positions, it is possible. But you have to deal with different wiring, different fuel injection, and different ignition. So while the idea is good, the execution is quite complicated. If you insist on modding it, the engine fits right in. But you'll have to figure out the electronics yourself. Or just swap in the 625 wiring harness and the ECU. But honestly, with all that trouble, you might as well just trade in for the new bike. Alright, since you've watched this far, how about giving the video a like? As for the intake section, it's still the same as the 525 engine. This engine is still assembled on Loncin's smart production line. I filmed a video of that production line last year. Now, let's look at the main bearings. They use Japanese Daido copper-based bearings. Now only the transmission shaft bearings remain. Note the needle roller bearings on the transmission shaft. And the other side uses CNU bearings. Removing the connecting rod bolts. Now we can see the crank pin offset is 270 degrees. Check the rod bearings. These are also Japanese Daido copper-based bearings. Regarding the bearing shells, compared to the 525, the main bearings have been upgraded to copper-based. Look at the crankshaft angle. 270 degrees. Judging by the parting line, it's a forged crankshaft. Loncin says this is BMW tech transfer. This crankshaft angle is the same 270 degrees as the BMW 850 and 900. Combined with the internal head structure. That's why Loncin makes that claim. Next, let's pull out the pistons. The piston crowns have undergone a micro-arc oxidation process. The skirts are fully coated with anti-friction material. Looking at the piston, it's a Shandong Jing piston. The piston rings are from Chongqing, featuring DLC coating. Now let's look at the balancer shaft. It's been rematched for the 270-degree crankshaft. First is the angle, then the size of the counterweights. It also continues to use the 525 scissor gear structure. The cylinder block is like the 525, using cast iron sleeves. Alright, teardown complete. Overall, this engine was developed by Loncin based on their 525, integrating BMW's twin-cylinder crank angle and cylinder head architecture. Meanwhile, BMW provided some supply chain and technical support. Compared to the 525, it adds an oil cooling system and upgrades to forged alloy steel camshafts. Finally, let's hope this 625, like the 525, will prove to have very high stability. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.